Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. What you're about to hear is not just another news update, but a story of shock, fear, and unanswered questions. Yesterday, Australia witnessed one of its darkest days in recent memory. A place known for peace, celebration, and community suddenly became the scene of terror. An ordinary evening turned into a nightmare, leaving families shattered and a nation in mourning. This video explains what happened, how events unfolded minute by minute, and why this attack has sent shockwaves far beyond Australia's borders. It was early evening when people began gathering at Bondi Beach in Sydney. The location is one of Australia's most iconic public spaces, a symbol of openness, tourism, and multicultural life. Families, children, elderly people, and visitors from different backgrounds were present. The mood was festive. Many were there to participate in a public Hanukkah celebration, a community event meant to symbolize light, unity, and hope. Without warning, the atmosphere changed completely. Sudden gunfire echoed across the area. At first, many people thought it was fireworks or some kind of disturbance. Within seconds, panic erupted. Screams filled the air as people realized this was a real attack. Two armed attackers had positioned themselves at an elevated spot overlooking the crowd and began firing indiscriminately. People ran in every direction. Some dropped to the ground, others hid behind vehicles, trees, and walls. Parents shielded their children with their bodies. Strangers helped strangers escape. What was meant to be a peaceful celebration became a scene of chaos and terror. Emergency calls flooded police control rooms. Within minutes, local police units, armed response teams, ambulances, and fire services rushed toward Bondi Beach. Officers arrived while the shooting was still ongoing. The attackers continued firing until police engaged them. One of the attackers was shot dead at the scene. The second was critically injured and taken into custody. Authorities later confirmed that the situation was brought under control quickly, preventing what could have been an even higher death toll. When the gunfire finally stopped, the true scale of the tragedy became clear. Multiple people lay injured across the area. Emergency responders worked under extreme pressure, performing life-saving procedures on the beach itself. Victims were transported to nearby hospitals as fast as possible. Doctors declared a mass casualty emergency, with hospitals going into lockdown to handle the influx of wounded. By late night, authorities confirmed that at least 16 people had lost their lives. Dozens more were injured, several of them critically. Among the dead were men, women, and young people who had simply come to take part in a community gathering. The emotional impact was immediate. Survivors described moments of disbelief, the sound of gunshots, the fear of being hit, the sight of people collapsing beside them. Many said they would never forget the screams, the blood, and the silence that followed. Police soon confirmed that this was being treated as a terrorist attack. Investigators believe the attackers deliberately targeted the event because of its religious nature. The incident has been classified as an act of extremist violence motivated by hatred. As details emerged, it was revealed that the attackers were related to each other, a father and son. Authorities are still piecing together how the attack was planned, how long it took to prepare, and whether anyone else was involved. Intelligence agencies are reviewing the suspects' backgrounds, online activity, and possible radical influences. One deeply disturbing discovery was made during the investigation. A vehicle linked to the attackers contained improvised explosive devices. Fortunately, these devices did not detonate. Experts later confirmed that if they had exploded, the casualty numbers would have been far higher. The presence of explosives confirmed fears that this was not a spontaneous act, but a carefully planned assault intended to cause mass casualties and terror. News of the attack spread rapidly across Australia. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese addressed the nation, calling the incident an act of pure evil and expressing condolences to the victims and their families. He praised the bravery of police officers and emergency responders who acted swiftly under extreme danger. Across Sydney and other major cities, police presence was immediately increased. Security around places of worship, public events, and tourist locations was tightened. Authorities urged people to remain calm but vigilant. International reactions followed quickly. World leaders expressed shock and solidarity with Australia. Messages of support poured in from across the globe, condemning terrorism and expressing sympathy for the victims. In India, leaders and citizens alike expressed condolences, emphasizing the need for global unity against extremist violence. Social media platforms were flooded with messages of grief, prayers, and support for those affected. As the country woke up today, Australia found itself grappling with painful questions. How could such an attack happen in a nation known for strict gun laws? Were warning signs missed? Could it have been prevented? Experts say that while Australia has some of the toughest firearm regulations in the world, no country is immune to lone wolf or small cell attacks driven by extremist ideology. Radicalization often happens online, silently, and over time. By the time authorities become aware, it can sometimes be too late. The attack has also reignited discussions around rising anti-Semitism and hate-driven violence worldwide. Community leaders have warned that hateful ideologies, when left unchecked, can turn deadly. For the Jewish community in Australia, this attack has left deep scars. Many are fearful, angry, and grieving. Vigils have been held across the country, with candles lit and names read aloud in memory of those lost. Religious leaders have called for unity, compassion, and resilience in the face of hatred. Mental health professionals have also urged people affected by the incident to seek support. Trauma does not disappear when the news cycle moves on. Survivors, witnesses, first responders, and families will carry the emotional burden for years. Investigations are still ongoing. Authorities are examining whether the attackers acted alone or had external encouragement. Digital evidence, communications, and financial trails are being analyzed. Officials have stated that transparency will be maintained, but some details may remain confidential for security reasons. What is clear is that this attack will leave a lasting impact on Australia's approach to security, public events, and counterterrorism policies. It has forced the nation to confront uncomfortable realities about extremism in the modern age. As we reflect on what happened, it's important to remember the victims not as numbers, but as people. Parents, children, friends, and community members whose lives were cut short while simply trying to celebrate together. Violence like this aims to spread fear and division. The response from communities around the world shows that unity, empathy, and resilience remain stronger than hate. As this story continues to develop, we will keep you updated with verified information and responsible coverage. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on major global events. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Most importantly, take care of yourselves and each other.